All right, I'm live. Let me make sure I'm live on Instagram. Connect to StreamYard. All right. I am live. Welcome back to FitBodySecrets, where my mission is to bring you guys motivation, inspiration, and a ton of tips to help you guys on your fitness journey. And today we're going to be talking about your fat loss journey. And I'm going to keep today's episode pretty much to the point. I am actually on vacation, staycation, and I was just talking to one of my good friends about how I can't stop working. I like to work. I like to always be doing something. But I am going to focus on just putting the details out about this program. It doesn't officially start till next week, but I do feel like it's a good idea to go ahead and put it out there. In fact, if you are already getting my newsletters or if you are in one of my Facebook groups, you already have access to it. If you joined the workshop that I did last week, then you also have access to go ahead and sign up for it. And now you guys that are listening to me live right now will also have access to sign up for it. But I haven't actually officially opened enrollment in a place where you guys can go and register right now. You have to actually get on that application list, which you're going to see in the show notes today, or if you got it via email or in my Facebook group. But today, I want to go over the details of this program. If you've gotten it in written format, now you're going to get it in a spoken format. I was going to say in a talked format. That doesn't sound very good though. So in a spoken format, because we are all different. We all learn a little differently. And I want to explain things to you guys today so you know what you can get out of this program, if this program is for you, and a little bit more about why I created it. So first and foremost, why did I create this program? I felt like there is a gap. There is a gap between people out there that are spinning their wheels in the nutrition world, trying to figure out what works for them, signing up for a bunch of free stuff, like download my macro guide. In fact, I have a macro RX, which is no longer going to be free, and I'm going to go over that soon. They're looking for, different diet trends and different things to start. They're seeing what their friends are doing, or maybe the opposite. It's the middle of summertime, and the last thing on your mind is your fat loss goals, what you're thinking about when the kids go back to school and you want to get signed up for something, get started. So you're already spinning your wheels trying to figure out what you should be doing to take control over your body. Whether you're working on it or not, you're thinking about it. And I feel like there is a divide or a gap between the do-it-yourselfers, and they're like, I know what I got to do. I just got to do it, which usually means you don't really know what you got to do. And the people that are ready for a one-on-one professional nutrition advice. And I know that there's something that needs to be bridged between the two of those. So my thoughts were, if I created something that would allow you access to have a coach, have a professional, take a look at things, help you dial things in. If you are that person that's pretty good at the do-it-yourself stuff, you just need the accountability and the direction, this might be the right thing for you. This isn't really going to be the right thing for someone that doesn't do well with that kind of a structure, though. So what I mean by that is, if you need a lot of hand-holding, if you need a lot of the extra stuff, this might not be the right thing for you. Or if you have a lot of, what's the best way I can describe this? A lot of the emotional battles, we're going to go through some of that stuff. But if there's a lot of deep work, a one-on-one experience might be right for you. Doesn't mean this isn't the right program. You can jump in. There's no obligation. Jump in, try it out. But that's really what this program is meant to be. It's meant to bridge the gap between you doing it on your own and going full on with a one-on-one coach. So it's kind of right in between. Now, let's talk a little bit about the program, because I got some notes here for you guys. And if you guys did get my emails or do get my emails, you know a little bit about it. Who is this program for? Like I already mentioned, you're kind of a do-it-yourselfer, but you're not really getting much progress. You're not really ready for the one-on-one experience. What exactly is my program? Okay, so I want to go over the principles of what I teach. All right, so with my nutrition coaching, whether you are in the group format or the one-on-one format, okay, you are going to understand what you should be eating. We don't demonize any foods. All foods are included, but we do work on balance, and I teach you about balancing your meals out. I teach you about fueling your body in your workouts. So you're going to know what you should be eating. You're going to know how much you should be eating. So no matter what anybody says, you have to have an idea of how much protein you need, how many calories you need, and you need a system for tracking that stuff. So you are going to be using a food tracker, MyFitnessPal, whatever you want to use. We mostly use MyFitnessPal. We are navigating to macros first eventually. Still waiting for some integrations on that. So if you use macros first, you could also use that one as well. But we will be keeping a food diary. This is going to ensure that we know how to adjust things. Okay, so you're going to know what you should be eating. You're going to know how much you should be eating. And with the group program, you're going to have access to ask me questions, get support, get help. With the group program, every week there's going to be a group call, and you can come on the call live or you can catch the replay. Every week is going to have a theme. It doesn't mean that we are going to be having a topic discussion every single week. So it's not going to be like week 1, we're talking about like the metabolism, but there is going to be a theme to it where maybe the topic that I present is on that. However, it's mostly the opportunity for you guys to come on, to get your questions answered, to get help if you're struggling with something, get adjustments, make sure that you're making progress every single week. Hey, I've been doing everything right and the scale's not moving. What should I do differently? This is your opportunity for that kind of level of coaching. But I will also have a topic. And the way I'm going to roll it is week 1, we're going to be going over meal planning and prep tips, that kinds of stuff. So if you need help figuring out what you should be eating, how to plan your day, how to plan your week, we're going to be going over that stuff. Week 2, we're going to be talking about the mindset stuff, the mental battles. A lot of you guys don't even think about how to overcome the mental barriers, like not being able to stay committed long enough to see the progress you want to see, restrictive eating behaviors, maybe, kind of being half in and half out all the time. Whatever your mental battles might be, we're going to be talking about some different topics on that as well. Week 3, we're going to talk about lifestyle stuff. I think when a lot of people think about fat loss, they think about exercise and they think about nutrition, but they don't think about the lifestyle stuff that factors in. And they don't think about the things that are affecting their exercise and their nutrition. We're going to dial that stuff in as well. And then week 4, you're going to have an opportunity to get adjustments. You'll be able to figure out what you need to do for the next month to ensure that every single month we are making continued progress. So that's going to be a little bit about how the flow is going to go. Now, every single one of the people that join the group, you're going to get a one-on-one call with me. That's going to be your onboarding call. And we're going to go over your assessment. I'm going to talk to you about where you're at, where we're starting, where we want to get you to, about how long your commitment might be, and ensure that you know exactly what your next steps are for getting started in the program. Because every single one of you is going to start a little bit differently. And it's important for you to get that one-on-one touch. So that's a little bit of everything. You're also getting access to my Fat Loss Frameworks course. And the Fat Loss Frameworks course alone is $497. Okay, you're getting that for free. It has 12, let me double check. Let's see, 12 modules. And those 12 modules start with a welcome goal setting module, talking about mindset and lifestyle. Module 2 goes over everything you need to be successful at keeping a food diary, making that easy for you using a food scale. Module 3 tells you exactly what you should be eating, plenty of food lists, grocery lists, all that stuff, recipe guides, yada, yada, yada. Module 4 goes over nutrient tracking, so understanding your macronutrients, fiber intake, sugars, and all that kind of stuff. Module 5 goes into meal building, meal planning, and food prep. Module 6 is going to go over how much to eat. So for those of you guys that aren't in the group program, this standalone course, you could literally, this is the do-it-yourself version. So if you want just the do-it-yourself version, $497, you can get access to this for life. And by the way, if you're in the group, you get access to this for life. Okay. So so that's going to be how much to eat. And then we're going to go module 7, how to make adjustments, how to break plateaus, how to adjust based on different life experiences or things that come up. Module 8, dining out, social eating. Module 9, vacation, setbacks, diet breaks. Module 10, alcohol. Module 11, supplements. Module 12, maintaining results. So literally everything is going to be mapped out in this Fat Loss Frameworks course from start to finish. You get access to all of that for free. Okay. So the group program is so if you are a do-it-yourselfer, you don't want to join the group, you can get access to my Fat Loss Frameworks course as well. That's going to be available next week as well. But if you want that plus having me guide you through it, I'm going to do all the work for you. As I mentioned, you're going to get your onboarding call. We're going to go over your personalized assessment, putting together a nutrition plan that's going to work for you in your specific lifestyle. You will have access to a client dashboard where I will be able to see your progress. You will be able to track your progress and ensure that you are getting the results that you want. We are going to have, I already mentioned the group coaching calls, and there's also going to be a community chat so that throughout the week, if you have other questions or things that pop up, you can get questions and support answered throughout the way. So that's a little bit of everything on the Fat Loss Frameworks course. I want to kind of go over, like I said, I'm kind of going over the document that I created that those of you guys that got the email already have access to. So here's how it's going to work. You get signed up. Now, this is an application-based program. So I do have an application that I want you guys to fill out because I want to make sure that it's a good fit. I want you guys to be successful. And if I don't feel like this is the right program for you, I will let you know that. I will not tell you that you can't register for it. I'm just going to say, hey, this might not be where you're at right now. I think you should try this or that. I'll be honest. I don't want people in my program that I don't feel like are going to get the benefits from it. I want to make sure I have people on board that I feel like can benefit, because I'll be honest. I keep saying that. There is way more than one way to diet. There's way more than one way to lose fat. I'm going over what I feel like is the best way because it is the science-based, evidence-based way. And it is also the way that is most flexible with wherever you're at in life. So that's the goal of this program. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get signed up. You'll get your welcome packet. You're going to get your assessment. I'll be reviewing your assessment. You're going to also get access to your client portal. Once we review your assessment and everything, I will be going ahead and personalizing your details, sending you over your starting details, and then setting you up for an onboarding call. On that onboarding call, we're going to go over everything, any questions you might have about the program, questions you might have about your assessment, and making sure that you feel really good. And then step 4, you're jumping in. We're getting started on the calls. Our first call is next Thursday at 2 p.m. If you cannot make the calls are also recorded, so you can watch them whenever you would like. That's pretty much it. So I see a couple of comments here. Good morning, ladies. So last thing that I want to go over is some of your questions that you might have. So first thing I put is a common question is, what is expected of me? So what is expected of you? To be successful, you will be using a food scale and keeping a record of any food or drinks you consume that contain calories. This way we can adjust your plan based on your preferences and your progress. We also encourage you to keep track of your daily step count and your workout frequency and volume. Guys, bottom line, what can be tracked can be changed. And if you joined my Fat Loss Simplified workshop last week, I spoke about this. A lot of people are throwing spaghetti at the wall and trying to see what sticks. Maybe I'll try this diet. Maybe I'll try that diet. It works for short term, but doesn't work for the long term. So this is going to give you the control over the speed of your results. In fact, even if your goals aren't fat loss, you can take this and run with it. Okay, so that's number 1. All you have to do is be willing to track your food and use a food scale. Pretty simple. Okay. Number 2, how long is the program? The program is a month-to-month program, and your suggested length of commitment will be discussed on your onboarding call based on your specific goals and a realistic timeline for achieving them. So in my assessment, I'm going to look at things like your current lifestyle. We're going to look at where you're at nutritionally right now. We're going to look at how much weight you have to lose. We're going to look at your metabolic health and make sure that we're giving you a realistic timeline. Guys, right now is the prime time to start anything. I know it's the middle of summer, but we're also halfway through the year. So wouldn't it be nice to go into the holiday season a little bit leaner? So if you put on 2 or 3 pounds during the holiday season, you can easily knock them off in the new year. Sounds like the perfect time to start to me. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go over that. What if I want to cancel? Let's just say you jump into the program and you're like, this isn't the right program for me. No big deal. 30-day cancellation notice is all that I ask, because this is going to be limited access. I'm going to have a specific number of people that I'm going to allow into the program before needing to add a second cohort, because I don't want this to get saturated. I want you guys to be able to get the answers to the questions that you need in a timely manner. I don't want our group calls to end up being 2 hours because you guys don't, there's so many of you guys on there. I want you guys to actually feel engaged in the program. So right now I'm limiting it to 30 people. That might change. I might bring it up to 50, but right now it's 30. So if you need to cancel, just a 30-day cancellation, not the right fit for me, no big deal. How do I know that this will work for me? I love this question. I use a science-based and evidence-proven approach, but I consider your personal struggles so that we can apply those principles based on what your needs are. By becoming a problem solver, we overcome the obstacles that have held you back in the past. What I mean by this is that what I'm doing with you in terms of why you're tracking your food and why you're weighing it out is that I'm seeing exactly what's going in. I'm taking a look at your exercise activity and I'm giving you adjustments based on that. But I'm also taking into consideration how your mental fatigue is. Like, can you actually handle going into more of a deficit? I'm looking at your lifestyle. I'm looking at like your stress levels. I'm looking at where we're at in our journey. So if you're pinching pennies for the last 5 pounds, I might tell you, hey, this is what you got to do to get those last 5 pounds off. Is it really worth it to you to do that? I might encourage you not to go for those last 5 pounds. So everything we do is going to be very personalized based on your needs. Every single month, we're going to reassess your progress and make sure we're setting appropriate goals for that month. Let's see, what if I cannot make the group calls? As I mentioned, they are going to be recorded. What if I am brand new to all of this? Love it. If you're brand new to all of this, that's my favorite kind of client because you don't have any bad dieting history. In fact, the most successful dieters are the ones that have never dieted before in the past because they don't have any bad behaviors except for the ones that they need to correct, right? If you're drinking Mountain Dew every single day, you cut out Mountain Dew, you lose 5 pounds. If you are drinking Mountain Dew every day and you're also eating out every single meal and you start eating at home and cut out Mountain Dew, now you lose another 5 or 10 pounds, right? So you can progress pretty quickly. At some point, you get down to where you're like, what else can I possibly do? Okay. We go over all of that. How will I get my nutrition program adjusted? The 4th week of every month will be your adjustment week. We will assess progress over the month and decide what adjustments need to be made for the next month. If in between those adjustments, you feel you need things adjusted, you can discuss them in our weekly calls or ask questions in a community chat. So basically, if you think you need an adjustment beforehand, you just put it in the chat or you come on the group call, we'll adjust things. But every single month at the end of the month, we'll be reviewing things and making adjustments as needed if your progress is not happening. So there's really, at the end of the day, there's really no reason why this wouldn't work for you. That was the main thing. The only reason it wouldn't work for you is if for some reason you can't do the work. And the work is pretty simple. That's the whole goal of what I do is simplifying your fat loss journey. And I feel like with this program, my goal is to give you guys everything. In fact, all of my clients are also going to have access to be a part of this group as well. So if you guys have any questions about the group program or you want to join the group program, anybody that joins before July 4th, you are going to get 50% off. Enrollment is actually not open officially until Monday the 8th. That means it's the people that pre-register that are going to be able to get that 50% off discount off the enrollment fee. By the way, going over pricing, not going to hide anything. Enrollment fee is $196. So if you're getting half off of that, it's what, $98, I think. Am I doing math correctly? Okay. And it's $49 a week, $7 a day. So while you're going throughout your day today and you stop at Wawa's and you grab a protein bar and a drink, or you stop at Starbucks and you grab your latte, or you grab your Fit Aid out of the refrigerator at the gym, and whatever else you normally get throughout the day, ask yourself, are your fat loss goals worth that $7? $7 a day, and you could be sitting in a much better space going into 2025. And that is your invitation to come work with me. I'm excited for this program. If you guys have questions about the program, if you're like kind of on the fence about it, you can shoot me a DM, shoot me an email. I would love to chat with you. If you are looking to sign up, the sign up will be in the show notes, and we'll go from there. I'll talk to y'all soon.